In the context of vampires. Oligarchy, a tiny minority in authority over a nation, organization, or institution. In some cases, oligarchy does take a stance at democracy. Choice is based on the three branches of the ghetto: knowledge, height, and help. In the ghetto, the vampire kings are chosen based on the three powerful branches. Aaliyah, Lucius Banks has height. Again, height is about money, occupation, height, and experience. Aaliyah is one of the biggest vampires at the table. He also has his own business which gives him a lot of money. Each vampire king has a church, or in clear words, an affiliation. Aaliyah Bulit, the first church, the Blackest People, named after a book by his daughter. Aaliyah has incredible power covering the knowledge branch. Then you have kings like Atala who covers the help branch working with the knowledge branch. Atala is a former Muslim and saw over the Mosque Medina. Atala knew Islam by the book as well as the prejudice against it. He also used that Middle Eastern charm that kept Muslims quiet. For a while. The point of having vampire kings is safety. Some people go to the most powerful king in need of blood, or maybe hiring a bodyguard because they don't understand Lokux. Vampire kings have churches and some territory. Outside covens may be a part of the church, like the Purple Cardinal being in territory with the Blackest People but tied with O Samuel. You also have to understand that the Abayafo in nature cannot be without a body. Blood is just a bonus. Demons just want to fuck with people while the Abayafo aims to steal a life. Some kings have a society within the ghetto. Though he isn't a vampire, more like a zombie. Grodin has a society, and this is called land or a neighborhood. Despite being a vampire with the most power, niggas get tired. Aaliyah has control over the biggest church which has been attacked multiple times. If you kill a king, you didn't win. Vampire kings leave curses. Vampires should never be woken up. The Abayafo is about the soul, and if that soul leaves the coffin, a dream catcher won't help you. Vampire homes are alive and carry out the last of the will. The story is clever for this. Lokux is a gangland being impeded by the Grodin clan, and this where prayer comes in. Cedrica was invited in a vampire house instead of a vampire trying to get in her house. Like a old hood movie, it's just something about staying at home and bugging people without a reason. Vampire kings do have zombies, and that comes from payments. Unlike Grodin, it's just murder. How does a plantation work? Plantations in the Worshippers talks about greed, sloth, and escape. The point of vampires being set up like this is wearing out the religion. Or in other words, mind games, and you can't fight if you're tired. Now this entrapment is unfair and plain murder. Grodin has his own market, and vampire kings preform oligopoly. They make up pieces placed like dealers that give out product the kings themselves supply. But not every king is giving. Like King Trauma. Oligopoly, a condition of restricted competition where a few producers or sellers share the market. But what about monopoly? Big vamps that have power can have a monopoly business, but smaller dealers have a oligopoly. Gata and Atala have knowledge in body halls. However, Atala, who went to jail for murdering his daughter, has more height or clout. Gata's family was butchered, so it only makes sense to ask somebody experienced. It pays to have good ties. This is called a partnership. Aaliyah and Yawa are brothers, but one doesn't like the other because of personal reasons. Aaliyah has ammo, but Yawa, the werewolf king, doesn't have a lot of height. Sibling rivalry has made the bond weak and develop poor decisions.